What up, Finntastics? Aleksi here, bringing you another authentic, fun, and useful live stream about Finland. So if you're first timer on this channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button because you will join our Finntastic squad and get more awesome Finnish videos in the future. And it's always good to launch these live streams because it's always great to chat with you guys in real time. So good evening here from Tampere, Finland. If you are watching the live replay, or the live chat or the replay afterwards, let me know in the comments where are you watching this video, because it's always great to get to know which parts in the world people are actually joining these live streams. So we have already some people. We have Julia, we have Feeder Chat, we have Anubhab, we have Joe the programmer, who's one of our patrons as well. We have Serat, a lot of friendly faces. Gibet to Gib is here, Julia, Jay, a lot of people who I can recognize. So it's good to have this kind of like a small Finntastic community. Well, it's actually not that small. We have almost 10,000 subscribers. We are going to break that next month, and that's going to be great. It seems everything's running fine. Microphone is working fine because I'm actually doing just my phone. And the good thing about with the phone is that it's quite reliable. I can just put the mic there and everything will be right. Okay, we have Bebina from San Diego, California. We have Maxim. We have Junnu family. We have people from India. We have people all around the world. It's always it always amazes me how many people from different parts of the world are actually interested in Finland and Finnish stuff. So that's always great because, well, you know, Finland is such a small country here in the north, and it's just kind of amazes me every time that so many people from different parts of the world are interested in the kind of small community, small culture, small country we have here. We have people from Budapest, UK. Hello from Germany. Was geht ab? Es geht ganz gut. Und bei dir? And we have also from people from Germany. It's always good to do some small talk in German. Good. Anna Maria from Romania. We have also people from Finland. That's always great because, you know, most the people, the content, what I usually, my aim with the content is usually people like international people. But of course, Finns are also welcome. And usually the good thing with the fact that we have also Finns is that some Finns have a little bit, might have a little bit more information or some more knowledge on some topics that I don't have. So I'm representing the Dutch tonight. Außer in the house. Ach, du sprichst Deutsch. Jawohl, ich kann ein bisschen Deutsch. Ich habe in der Schule gelernt und mit Deutschen ganz viel gesprochen. Also Deutsch ist ich finde Deutsch ganz leicht als eine Sprache. Yeah, we have people from Czech. Wow. And Poland and Norway. Wow. I think we've got Europe pretty well covered. All right. And that's great. And the thing is that let's just keep this. I hope the chat is running well. And Bill, we have Blue also from our patrons. That's great. And yeah, before we start, I just want to remind you that I have actually launched my Patreon page again, and I'm, for example, doing every month like in Inner Circle live streams or like video chats, and also monthly exclusive videos. I'm planning to do like a commentary videos from the topics that I've already covered to give you some extra insights and maybe some deleted footage you didn't see on the main channel. So all the Patreon link should be in the description, so you can check it out there. That's just for extra stuff if you want to support the channel and get some perks on the go. Good. Did I got your hair? Yes, I got rid of the afro, you know, because my hair is kind of naturally gets curly, and if it gets like really long, then it becomes like afro. Which is kind of funny. I've never tried to grow like afro, because for example, when I was watching the World Cup, there was many players who had kind of this afro hair, and it looked pretty cool. But I've never done that. Any ways to donate just one amount instead of Patreon? Yes, actually there is a super chat function. If you go to the comments, there should be this $sign. And you can also send a super chat during the live stream. And when you do that, you get this highlighted message on the chat, which will be like much more like colorful and everything. And I'll make sure that I will read it. And yeah, you can do the super chat. That's completely voluntary. You don't have to do it. But if you want to support this channel with any sum you want, That would be great, but not obligatory by any means. Good, and remember also to hit that thumbs up button, because you will be more fantastic and make this live chat also more fantastic by doing that. So make sure you hit the thumbs up. Peukut ylös, we say in Finnish. Peukku is thumb. Peukut ylös. Tai peukut pystyyn, you can also say. Okay, good stuff. So let's keep this like where's the chat again? The chat sometimes might. Okay, the chat is there again. So let's do another like a subscription hangout. So just throw in your questions. I'll try to do my best and help you out with the stuff you have related to Finnish people, Finnish culture, living in Finland, whatever it is. I'll try my best to do it. Let's see. I just got back from Helsinki the other day for the first time. Okay, how was Helsinki? Helsinki is a good place. I'm not sure if I'd want to live there though. It's a little bit expensive, but it's definitely one of the best. Of course, if you come to Finland, you definitely will go to Helsinki. It's a great place for visiting. How's the dancing going? It would be great if you could talk about iskelmä or tangomarkkina type of music. Actually, the dance course or the dance studio where I started at the beginning of July, I think, is actually now on a holiday. So it's going to start again next month. So it's kind of like it was kind of a pity that I got a good start, but now it's on the holidays. But maybe I'll start again in the autumn. It's beautiful. Helsinki is definitely one of the greatest cities. So don't you wear your Finntastic shirt today? Yes, I am wearing it. So guys, if you want to get your Finntastic t-shirt, they are available worldwide. Links in the description. It's pretty cheap also. And there's also this t-shirts, and there's also mugs which you can get Finn with the same design. This one's actually a little bit angled, but the one on the shop is just aligned like straight like this is. So make sure you get your Finntastic products. Links in the description if you want to get it. Yeah, the thing is that I'm actually, because while I'm using my phone, the lens is actually quite narrow. So you basically just see my head and, for example, don't see the shirt. And when I'm doing the regular videos, I usually film them with my GoPro. And GoPro is good because it has like really wide lens, and that's why you get to see much more. But I can't really do these live streams with the GoPro, so we just have to go with this. But Finntastic Squad is here, and make sure you get your design as well if you haven't. Okay. Great. What is the most used messaging platform on Finland? WhatsApp, Facebook, old-fashioned texting? I would say WhatsApp. WhatsApp definitely is strong. Messenger is also strong. Old-fashioned texting is probably completely out of the picture at this point. Like I never send normal text. WhatsApp is good. There's also maybe Telegram. It's kind of like a WhatsApp, but maybe a little bit enhanced version. There's like a few other things are better than in WhatsApp. But I think WhatsApp is definitely the one. That's actually a good question. I want to live in Rovaniemi someday. Can you recommend it? Okay, well, if you think you can manage the cold stuff, then definitely, because Rovaniemi is in Lapland. And in Lapland, there's a lot of awesome things that we don't really get here in the southern part. For example, aurora lights or northern lights are really common in Rovaniemi area, northern part of Finland. So definitely. And also there's a lot of awesome winter activities. And Santa Claus also lives close to Rovaniemi. So if you want to get friends with the real Santa, Rovaniemi is the place to be. Right. Yeah, I guess, well, I'm not sure if I would move there myself. But I guess it definitely has its ups and downs, like everything has. But yeah, that's a good question. I've been to Rovaniemi a few times on holidays when I was younger. Yeah, I'm not. Well, if you ask me, I'm not sure if I would move there. But if you are in that type of person, then definitely good. It's not like a huge city, but it's definitely one of the bigger cities, and I think it's the biggest city in Lapland. That's a good question. Hope that helps out with that. When do you add sta to the end of the word in Finnish? It confuses so much. Okay, well that. If I was there to explain this, it would take it needs a separate video. There is, for example, a blog from this Finnish teacher Hanna Männikkolahti. Her blog is Random Finnish Lesson. You should definitely Google it and go check her blog out, because she makes some really awesome in-depth explaining blog posts that explain grammar, and I'm pretty sure she has also covered that, so maybe she can help you out with that. That's time for the question. I'm moving to my girlfriend to Helsinki in September. Okay, that sounds great. I hope everything goes well with your moving. Eithanen says, I'm planning on going back to Finland again, Helsinki of course, but I had planned to go to train Turku or Tampere. Which one do you recommend more? Well, having lived in Tampere for 6 years, definitely Tampere is a good place to come. But I think I would also recommend both. It depends how much time you have. But I say, let's say if you come to Tampere, I think let's say one weekend is good, like maybe Friday to Sunday. And well, the thing is, I haven't never been to Turku properly. I've just been to the airport there, so I don't know how many days in Turku would be enough. But I would say it's maximum the same. Like let's say if you have 1 week, you could do like maybe 3 days in Tampere and 3 days max in Turku. So I think that's good. But I can definitely recommend Tampere to anyone. Tampere is a great place. Is snail mailing a big thing there? So if you mean do like a regular mail, well, of course, like post, and if someone sends you a letter, then yes. But I think that will be some really special purposes, because many of the things you can do, like regular everyday things like online banking and some official stuff you need to do with the this bureaucratical stuff can be actually done online nowadays, thank God. So not so much, I'd say. Finally, some plan for Telegram. Yeah, Telegram is pretty good. I have Telegram as well. And okay, just to give an example, the local Pokemon Go group uses Telegram here. So yeah, Telegram is pretty good. When's the best time to visit southern Finland, summer or winter? I would say summer. Like this is, for example, currently is the best time to come, or maybe August as well. But the thing is that Finland is quite different in summer and winter, so it has both pros and cons. And for example, in winter there are a lot of awesome things that you can do in the summer, like for example skiing or skating or ice swimming. Ice swimming is, by the way, really awesome. You should definitely try it, and a bunch of other things. So it depends what kind of experience do you want, but I strongly recommend to try out both if you have the chance. The Finland is at its best during the summer, definitely, because the nature is awesome, the weather is awesome, people are actually a little bit outgoing, believe me or not. Yeah, can you believe that? Finns being open, and so on. But in the winter, it gives you a completely new dimension to the things here. Yeah. But I prefer summer, but winter is also pretty good. How many days would you recommend the winter trip to Helsinki? Okay. It depends what you want to do. Like if you want to, there's like a lot of kind of these basic places when you want to go, like the cathedral or Suomenlinna fortress, and maybe some of these the temple rock and so on. I think you can do those in a few days, but of course, if you want to do like ski resorts and that kind of stuff, it depends. I'm not sure what kind of things you want to do during the winter in Helsinki. I should maybe also look that up, but I think in general, like maybe 4 days in Helsinki would be pretty good. I think in 4 days you can get all the basic things you need to do, and if you have some extra stuff also, you can do that. I guess I should look up into that. Thanks, Julia, for the question. Hello, Aleksi. I have a question. I will study in Jyväskylä music education. I would like to know if people from Finland are interested in Latin American music and culture. Okay, we have actually another people who is going to study in Jyväskylä. We have also Blue from India who will be studying in Jyväskylä, so that's great. Maybe you can get in touch if you want. I'm pretty sure there's, Finns are like Finnish people are just like any other people. They are these like niche groups who have their own interests. Okay, let's say, so what I mean by that, there are definitely people who are into Latin culture, Latin music. You just need to find them. And I think social media will definitely help you out with that. And if you are going to study music education, I'm pretty sure. Which school will be that? Is that YAMK? I would assume it's YAMK. So if that's YAMK where you will be study, you can just ask people around there and find that group of people. I'm pretty sure you will find that. Greetings from Chile. Okay, that's great. Where is the best place to go skiing in Finland? Okay, well, there's a lot of places. Like every city has public skiing places where you can go skiing for free, believe it or not, because skiing is such a normal thing for us Finns, and it's, by the way, a really, really good form of exercise, because skiing actually exerts all the big muscle groups in your body. So for us Finns, skiing is pretty normal, and I'm not sure, like, okay, maybe in some skiing resorts there might be some really cool, like maybe downhill skiing. But okay, I'm talking about cross-country skiing, by the way. Cross-country skiing is this where you're skiing on a flat ground, but then we have downhill skiing, which is like, this, you're going like downhill. And for cross-country skiing, I'm not sure. I don't. Well, maybe there is some ranking list, but I'm pretty sure you can find pretty good skiing places in any city where you go. For example, here in Tampere is good. Even in my home city, back in Kokkola, there's some pretty awesome places. And the good thing is that it's usually in the middle of the nature, in the forest, so you can actually skiing in the forest, and that's pretty cool. Hope that that was a little bit all around answer. I've seen on the internet that there's an igloo resort in Lapland where you can see the Northern Lights staying in bed. How expensive it is? Yes, I've actually seen some Facebook videos on that. I would assume it's a little bit expensive, on the expensive side, because it's quite easy. You can find the information on the internet again. I think that will be the best place. If you just type Finland, Google, a Finland igloo resort, I'm pretty sure you can find it there and a little bit more detailed information. I mean, like Penpals, building a friendship the old-fashioned way through letters. Okay. Actually, good that you brought up this Penpal. I got a comment from Finntastic to one of my recent comments about the friends, and there was one person who recommended this Penpal site. I can't remember the name right now, but he told, or I think it was he told that he had actually made some friends during Penpal. It was a Penpal site, and that's definitely something that you can also try out. Okay, let me just quickly check it out. Maybe I can find it. I need to go to comments. Just a sec, Finntastic. In Finnish we say hetki pieni, hetki pieni. Penpal, let me search if I can find it. Okay, I think I found it. Okay, the place is called Students of the World. It's a website. It's a Penpal site. And let me quote the person. Let me just get my laptop here so I can read it. Moi Aleksi, I'm trying to learn Finnish. I'm French and I'm 17, and I made several Finnish friends through Penpal websites, so that might work out. They're all very nice through being not very talkative in the beginning. Blah, blah, blah. And the place is called. I'm using Students of the World, italki, and Penpal World. So you might want to write those down and try them yourself. I'm planning to do a video at some point where I include these websites, where I tell about these websites where you can actually meet Finns online. So maybe those are something you can find out. So let me just once more repeat them for you. Students of the World, italki, which I think I've mentioned sometime in my channel, and Penpal World. So it seems that Finns are on those sites, and even a 17-year-old person has found some friends there. So you definitely want to check those out. Before I left to go to Finland, people kept telling me that there would be a ton of giant mosquitoes, and I didn't see a single mosquito while I was there. I saw gnats, but that was it. Okay, we do have mosquitoes in the summer, but the thing is that it has been so dry. There hasn't been basically any rain, so the mosquitoes have also been quite few, which is a pretty good thing. And they are not like that giant. People are just exaggerating a little bit. Maybe in Lapland there might be some bigger ones, but this summer has been quite good. Hello, Aleksi. How is it like to be a vlogger in Finland? I mean, how do people react to it? Okay, that's a great question. the YouTube scene in Finland consists mostly of Finnish people who do videos in Finnish. I think, well, I guess it makes sense. But there's only a very, very few people who do videos in English. And for example, most of the most popular vloggers in Finland are these kind of like lifestyle vloggers where they share their own life and lifestyle and such. And for example, only young people, or let's say most of the viewers in Finland who watch YouTube are, let's say, under 18 years old, like teenagers, maybe even under 15 years old. And that's, for example, why my channel has only like Finnish people. I don't have so many Finns here because most of the Finns usually watch Finnish content. Well, there are some few awesome Finntastics who are from Finland as well. But the thing is that when I go out there, no one really knows me and doesn't know about my content because my videos are mostly watched abroad. And actually, that's the way I like it because I don't want to become like a celebrity. I don't really care about being like a public figure. That's the way how it might end up. Because if I just keep doing these videos, my viewership gets bigger, and I think the Finnish media might want to do an interview with me at some point because I'm actually doing a big favor to Finland at the same time because I'm doing Finnish international videos about Finland. But Finland really doesn't know it at the moment. Maybe that helps to answer your question. Yeah, but yeah, let's just edit that. That was a great question. Interesting. Thanks for the answer. So I can guess I will visit both. I'm trying to find a place there where I could settle. That's great. I hope that goes well. Also, have you ever heard of Cat Chats? Yes, I've heard of Cat Chats. I'm subscribed to her. Aleksi, your picture is now a mirror image. Yeah, well, that's the thing because I'm using my phone and just the way how the YouTube application handles it's unfortunately. Actually, for me, it's also flipped. Yeah, but I guess I can't really do much about it, unfortunately. But I think we will survive. Hi from Italy. I will probably go to Ivalo Inari in 1 year to live at least few years there. Whoa, that's great. I think it will be very difficult to find a house or flat to rent over there in the north. Kiitos. Well, that's a great. Ivalo is one of the most northern places in Finland. Maybe it is. It's not that big of a place, but maybe you can. There should be some places available. I guess internet will be your best bet, and there are some these websites where people post if they have like free flats or apartments, and also Airbnbs works in Finland. Yeah, but maybe I'll do at some point a video, like let's say if you want to find a flat or apartment in Finland, like what should you do? And maybe I'll help you out with that with the dedicated video at some point. I hope that sounds like a great plan. Wow, I hope everything goes well. By the way, if you just join in, make sure you hit the thumbs up button because it will make this live stream more fantastic and also make my day even better. I'm already doing quite well, but let's make it even better. Nice. Today, hello from Kite. Okay, nice, welcome. Hey, you always say other have to talk with Finns. Finns don't approach well. There is English term for they Finns are smug. Okay, like terribly smug or are they shy? You show them in bad reputation, man. Well, that's just how I think. Finns don't come to you. That's how it is. I've lived my whole life in Finland, and I can say I'll bet my Finnish ass again. I bet my Finnish ass that's how Finns work. Because when I've been in social events and these kind of events where people actually socialize, no one, or really rarely, I've been approached by a Finn. I've always had to do it myself. And many other foreigners or internationals have backed up this statement also on my videos where I've been interviewing. You have to be active yourself. And I'm not saying this is a bad quality of Finns. It's just how we are used to live here. That's that's our way of life. Because if we only go to talk to people when it's absolutely necessary. You see what I'm saying? So I'm not saying that Finns are bad people because they don't talk to each other, but that's just how we are. And that's also something you need to keep in mind. But if you ask me, I would love to change that because I think people would get much more out of, them from their everyday lives if they were a little bit more open and started to talk. So that's what I agree. But yeah, that's how I want to conclude this one. I actually have a Finnish pen pal. Well, that's great, Julia. Awesome. Sounds like a good thing to join. Uh, that's right, Joe. Hey, greetings from Texas. We will be there again next month. Also, what is the story behind all the abandoned bikes? Love Meila. Oh, okay. I don't. Okay, I don't know about this story myself, but it seems that there are a number of abandoned bikes in Meilahti area, but I don't know that about myself. Here in Tampere, you don't really see abandoned bikes. All right, there's some chats between Finntastic. That's great. You had a haircut. You look like me. It suits you. Thanks. So I usually have this style where I put my sides short and also the back short and keep this middle part a little bit longer because my hair is like fluffy. Like my mom always says, like fluffy like poodle's ass in Finnish. So because it's kind of curly, so I think it looks nice. Yeah. All right. Holy shit, my entire body was pink from the mosquito bites last time I was in Finland. Haha. Okay, yeah, it can be worse, but if you have, for example, insect repellent, that can be a huge help. Are you a football fan? Not that much of, but I was watching the World Cup definitely. Mosquitoes in Lapland, yes, they are awful. I think you need call them macaräinen or something. Yeah, macaräinen is type of like a mosquito, but insect repellent will be your friend in that case. I wonder how much money I will have to spend in Finland per month, renting a small apartment in Oulu, renting a car, food, some extras approximately. Okay, that will be another great video topic to help you estimate the living costs. But that also strongly depends where you live. Like Oulu should be quite reasonable, but for example in Helsinki, the flats rents are so damn expensive. Unfortunately, of course, the salary is also a little bit higher. Yeah, that would be great. I guess when I start to go out to my full-time job eventually, like well, I'm already working, but it's only till next month. I guess I could do some estimation from my own living costs. That would be probably in Tampere, but I guess that could also give, some guidelines. And actually, I think I have another idea for that. Because at some point, I think it was last year, I created these Google forms where I sent it out to people where they could also write down their living costs, and then I could make a video about it. But I actually put it on hold. But maybe I could try it again in the near future. That's a great idea. By the way, forgotten my manners. Aleksi, how are you? I'm great. I'm great. How about you? Thanks for asking. I'm glad that you are joining the show. Yo, moro moro. What's up, Alex? I'm good. Ilits. Oh, I hope I pronounced your name right. Welcome to the Finntastic subscriber hangout. Awesome. This isn't really Finland related, but how do you keep your YouTube channel consistent? Okay, well that's good. That's okay. I just need to make time for that every week because doing 2 videos a week is actually quite tough. And currently, I can actually do at work. It's not so strict, so I don't because I'm pretty much the only person there, so I can. It's not so tough currently, but it's just because I'm really motivated. I want to because my channel is doing quite well, and if I keep doing it well, it will get even bigger, and the channel will do even better. Yeah, the good thing is that my upload days are usually Wednesdays and Sundays, so I just prepare beforehand. For example, today I filmed a new video, and now I'll just edit it for Wednesday. And the thing is that sometimes I might get a little bit too busy. And for example, this week I published the video on Thursday, which was one day late. But that's the good thing because everyone doesn't unsubscribe if I just miss one upload or do it one day late. So that's a good thing because I know that your Finntastic will kind of keep supporting me even if something happens. And also these live streams are also a good thing because the good thing with these live videos is that I don't have to do any editing, because editing is the biggest chunk of this whole video creating process. It's probably 70% of the whole thing. But yeah, I just try to prepare everything beforehand and save some time for the editing. I guess that's that's a little bit like all over the place answer, but I hope it gives you a little bit like a insight there. Hey from Morocco. Well, hello Ahmed, welcome. Thanks for looking for this Penpals sub. I'm glad that I could be of assistance. Nice. It seems Finnish people and generally European people like to cut in line. Oh well, if you do that in Finland, people are gonna get pissed. Like Finns are. Well, so maybe at some cases Finns can be a little bit bad-mannered, but in line, Finns are, pretty, how would I say, pretty disciplined. So if you try to cut in line in Finland, people will get pissed at you. And I've rarely seen that people would skip in line, at least deliberately. Let's say, for example, when I've been going to the bus, I actually went to the door because I didn't notice that there was a big queue already there. That might happen, but cutting in line in Finland doesn't really happen. At least when I try to think of it, Finns are really disciplined and respectful in queuing, in my opinion. Hey Aleksi, greetings from the Netherlands. Okay, welcome. I think there's been a few Dutch on this channel, on this live stream also. Like what's now just a summer for a week, but nice also mosquito. Greetings from Serbia, my friend. All right, I've been to Serbia as well. It's a nice place. You can call us either shy or introverted. If you ask Finns something, they are usually happy to help, but we don't usually start the conversation. We respect the personal space a lot in day-to-day life. And I think Teeko is also a Finn. So this is exactly what I was saying. We don't start the conversations, but that doesn't mean that we don't do conversations. Like, for example, how Teeko just said here, if you go to them, they will definitely help you out. And that is already that is an interaction when you are doing something together. They are helping you out, whatever the problem you have there. So this is the thing. I've told it many times on this channel. You have to be active with Finns, whether it is about finding friends or whether it is trying to find a date in Finland. You have to be active yourself. Yep. Anna Maria is laughing. That's great. I used to have a Finnish pen pal, not unfortunately in America, was we lost contact. Okay, but there is a ways to get more of them or new ones. Greetings from Canada. Hello, Timothy. Greetings. Thanks for the greetings. Really enjoy your channel, brother. Fun, inspiring, curious. If you indulge or know much about the car rally culture in Finland, best drivers in the world. That's a good question. I'm not that much into that sport myself, but for example, every summer we have Neste Rally in Jyväskylä, which is part of I think it's called VRC, the World Rally Championships, maybe. One of the Grand Prix is I think it's every summer. I'm not sure if it's already been this year, but in Jyväskylä, it's actually a big event, and we have actually quite a number of good drivers who have been done internationally. For example, in the past we have Tommi Mäkinen and who else? Well, okay, I'm not that much educated in that field, but it's not in the everyday life. But for example, when we have the Grand Prix in Jyväskylä, then it's usually quite popular. Thanks for the question. Good questions. Why are my comments always removed? I don't know. I haven't seen your comment being removed. You will get There, there is actually an automatic filter who tries to see if there's like some inappropriate comments, but potential spam might not be visible. Okay, yeah, because there is an algorithm which tries to find out spam comments, but I'm not sure what you've been trying to write. So just try again and let's see if it works out. Basically, we don't bother anyone if it can be avoided, so we come up with a bit of calls and some more social cultures. Yeah, and then, okay, let me give you a good example. For example, the dating culture. Like, for example, Finnish women always say that they want to be approached by guys, but no one is really doing it. And if you do that, for example, in the daytime, I've done that many times actually in before, and there's actually a YouTube video on my prank channel about that. Like, we used engineer pickup lines on the girls in the street, and the lines were pretty funny actually, and all the girls were so positively surprised because Finnish guys don't have the balls to go talk to girls in the street in the daytime. Sober. That's the magic word, by the way, sober. So if you can do it and you bring this kind of like a fun, spontaneous stuff in their everyday lives, they will be like, whoa, what is happening? Is this like some kind of Hollywood movie or something? Of course, if you do it properly and don't be a douchebag. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, we crave that kind of. We definitely want more that kind of stuff, but no one is really doing it, unfortunately. How well does the LGBTQ plus community do in Finland? Actually, I don't know. But for example, the Helsinki had this Pride parade. I think it's related to this. I'm not so educated in this field. I apologize. But that was one of the biggest. I think there was how many people there were? Was it 10K or 100K? Which one was it? But it was the biggest parade we had in Finland. So I guess it's getting better. I'm not quite sure this plus. Okay, this is actually I've seen this on the news, but I'm not quite sure what does it mean actually. Maybe I should look into that. 2 more questions. When is your birthday? Also, do you have an Instagram account? Okay, for the Instagram account, yes. Link in the description. It should be there. It's Aleksi himself. It's the same. And my birthday is in September. Maybe I'll do a live stream on September, so you will see it. Critics fellow Serbian. Okay, we have more Serbians. Okay, Bebina asks, Aleksi, do you think there is some difference in Finnish character prior to Finnish independence? Maybe, as the lady in your last video said, wars have affected Finnish characters. Maybe. Well, the thing is, I haven't lived during those times. So it's really difficult to say. But for example, in those times of independency, there was still a little bit of like people had kind of split into two. I think there was some civil war, at least post-civil war time. So people were still like when the official Independence Day started, people didn't really celebrate it because there was, for example, disagreement. What is the real Independence Day? So I would say probably yes, but I can't really tell how because that's like a really historical question. But it's an interesting question anyways. Thank you for asking. Goat Messi, hey, I love Finland. What a beautiful country, and I love your channel. Give love from Pakistan. Okay, thanks for the awesome feedback. Since you studied in Japan, do you like watching J-Vlog community on YouTube? Well, yeah, I'm subscribed to Abroad in Japan because he's pretty funny. And I'm also subscribed to this one Japanese girl. She makes vlogs in Japanese. So I kind of watch her channel to kind of keep up my Japanese listening skills. So maybe those two, not that much. Okay, Joe is already giving some hints for living costs. I'm a subscriber still starting this channel. Wow, that's great. Wow, awesome. Live is more fun, definitely. It is. I really hope your channel blows up soon. Your videos are both very entertaining and helpful. Okay, well, we'll see. We'll keep pushing and we'll see what happens. I was going that American Finn are quite friendly and talkative. They came in 1906 from Alajärvi. Okay, good stuff. I have two word tongue twister in German. Would we try? Tschechisches Streichholz Schnetzelchen. Wow, maybe I think that's quite okay. The first one was a little bit difficult. Maybe, how did I do it, by the way? Are Finns dealing with the with the warm weather these days? I'm guessing people aren't used to it. No, actually, no. People are kind of one of the things that Finns are always complaining about is, surprise, surprise, the weather. In winter, it's too cold. In summer, it's too hot. In spring, we wish it was already summer. In autumn, it was still summer. So it's kind of funny topic. But yeah, it's actually much hotter than last year. Like last year was completely shit when it comes down to summer. So I think definitely some people are complaining, but we shouldn't complain while it's so nice. Yeah, and I think I've also burned my face a little bit. I'm not sure if you can see it here, but okay. Eithanen, I agree that if you would make a few videos for the people who wants to move to Finland with tips to accommodation, cost of living, and other casual things. Yeah, it's on my list. It's on my list, but I just need to do some research because as a Finn, because everything's here kind of normal, but I need to think it from international perspective. But I'll hope I can cover with that with soon enough. Ilo Saekka is here. Welcome. Täällä on hyvä meininki. Do you know someone who's into horses, and maybe you could ask about realities having a horse? Horse stuff is really popular in Finland. You can easily find some horse communities in Finland. I'm not into horses myself, but definitely there is. Ilta, I took a DNA test and sadly I'm not Finnish, but I look Finnish. Okay. Can I just say I'm Finnish? I'm actually part of Swedish, so like, yeah, okay. I guess it's fine either way. As to dating, for how long Finns normally date before they get married? Oh, okay, now we're in my favorite topic, dating. Okay, let's say that depends, but it's definitely years. I guess I could look up some stats for this, but 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, maybe something like that. I think it will be closer to 3, maybe. If that's just a complete, I just took that out of the hat. I can't say how accurate it is. Good morning, Chris from Philippines. Okay, thank you. Is it already morning in Philippines? I think it is. Yeah. Is there a lot of racism in Finland? Okay. Well, I would love to do a video about this topic. And well, there is definitely racism in Finland. That's for sure. Like in every place, there is racism, but like how much racism here is, that's really difficult for me to say. But I hope I could make a video about that at some point. I'm planning to find like an international person who has faced racism here, and maybe we can get some insights from there at some point. Finns are lovely. Okay, that's good stuff. You did rather good. Awesome. Ausgezeichnet. Alex, you're a little bit pink. Yeah, I guess because the light is coming from the window and then my face is a little bit red. So, Alex, when were you in Japan? Did you learn 2000 kanji? I'm still studying after 30 years. If you go to the very beginning of this channel, if you scroll my oldest videos, they are actually done in Japan because I started this channel when I went to Japan. So my first videos are pretty shit, but that's actually quite cool to see like how much I've actually got better or improved this video stuff ever since then. I have no idea how many kanji I know. I can speak pretty well, but I have no idea how many kanji I know. Greetings from Brazil. How is the weather in Helsinki in April? Is it good month to travel there? Well, April is that time when it's getting summer. So, for example, the nature is not so green yet because it's still spring. If it was May would be even better, or June. But I guess it's okayish, but if you could wait 1 month, 2 months, then it would be even better. Maybe that helps. In most cases, the right answer is the simple answer. Finnish society give the freedom to less dependent in others people, and that make Finns more self-centered individuals. I guess it makes that's true. You know, we are. I saw some theory that because we've always been a really sparse population, it's just a country of 5.5 million people, and there's 15 people per square kilometer. That's like nothing. So we've always kind of learned to survive by just on our own without having like a big community. So I guess it kind of comes from those days and kind of still affects nowadays as well. Are Finnish people similar to Estonian people? And the language is similar. The language is very similar. That is very, very similar. Well, I guess you could say that people like here in the north, you know, Swedish, Norwegian, Danish, I think Estonians are pretty much similar. There's not so you can't really say that Finns are completely different than Estonians, at least on the just by looking at them. I guess if you just spend time with them, then you would see if how that would turn out. But I wouldn't say that's that much different than us Finns. It's almost 3 a.m. in Philips now. Okay, that's good. Have you ever seen the Netherlands? Not yet. Not yet. It's still on the to-do list. Would you have to nice video living in a remote countryside in Finland, Lapland, or elsewhere? Well, that's a bit tough for me to do at the moment. I guess I could need to travel there, but we'll see if we can do that at some point. I want to visit Finland, so what cities would you recommend? I've been thinking of city Helsinki, but I also like Tampere. Okay, I've mentioned this quite a few times on the live streams, but for example, Helsinki, Tampere, and maybe Turku would be pretty good because they're actually quite close to each other. You can just take a really cheap bus or train and reach those places. And I think you can find a lot of good stuff in those cities. So those three might be quite good for starters. You should remember to use sunblock, especially if you have pale skin. Yeah, that's true. I actually have. And then we have another Finnish tongue twister. Okay, let me try. Hurskastelevaisehkollaismaiselluksissaankohankin hän toimi. That sounds like a really like a long spell, you know, or something, you know, like I'm trying to cast a spell like hurskastelevaise. Okay. Rasmus A. Hello Alex, terve, moro moro. Is it super hot in Tampere as well? Yeah, it's pretty hot, pretty damn. Men in Finland like when the woman put a lot of makeup on, or they prefer women without makeup. How do you prefer? A little bit too much makeup is a turn off, definitely for me. But if it's just like just a little bit, not too much, then it's fine. Then it's fine. But definitely, yeah, the natural is also pretty good. But too much makeup is too much. My husband Juha and I met online after we got married 1.5 years, and after our first email, after 3 years, our daughter was born. Okay, that's great. Really nice story. That's a success. Gratitude for your answering and your insight. You always provide great knowledge and a fantastic ambassador for Finland. Okay, that's great. Gratitude, appreciation for providing such a great window for us. Blessings. Yeah, okay. Well, that's great. This is exactly what I want you guys. This is the value I want to provide for you because, like, well, Finland is a pretty cool place, but we are a little bit too humble and shy to promote and share this cool stuff that we have here. So that's why I want to help you guys out with that. Being a Finnish guy, wouldn't you feel weird though if the girl started the first conversation and made the first move? In Australia, no girl starts talking first, so it's a big change for me. Well, okay, let's just put it this way, that if a girl comes to me first, I think that's always a great thing because it means that she is confident and she's taking action in her life. So that's always a huge turn on, or let's say a plus. Let's not get too naughty yet though. So, yeah, well, if it happens like every once in a while, that would be great. But if it was like all the time, then it would be a little kind of weird maybe. Okay, all Finnish sounds like spells. Okay. Okay, thank you. I'll definitely check out Turku. Turku, it's like the instead of O, it's you, but that's fine. I've been watching your live stream for a few minutes, so I might have missed it. Okay, no problem, no problem. And by the way, just a quick mention, if you want to support this channel, you can also send a super chat. There should be this $sign in the chat box, and you can choose any sum you want, and you get this like really colorful message. But that's completely up to you. You don't have to do it if you don't want to, but if you do, you'll be even more fantastic than usual. Okay, let's take a few more questions. That means, let's see, that means I have wonder if he did so partly just to show a slightly hypocritical kind of base editing. Okay. Greetings from Portugal. Welcome. My brother actually recently came back from Portugal. He was doing exchange studies. Greetings from Poland. Well, welcome, Robert. Thank you. What is the Finns' general view on religion? Are there religions that are particularly religious? Are people open about atheism? Okay, to be honest, Finns of younger generation, like my generation, for example, don't give a shit about religion. Okay, that might sound a little bit harsh, but the thing is that it's not so important. No one really cares. But for example, let's say my parents' generation, it was much more present, but it seems it's losing its power. Like young people don't really see what's the point. And people are pretty open about atheism. Like people, for example, resign from the church. Like if you are like in Finland, if you are a member of the church, which you usually be when you are baptized, that also means that you have to pay church tax. And actually, I've got a lot of comments about the church tax on the other video I did. But if you quit the church, you don't have to pay church tax. But the church tax is actually quite small. It's just maybe 1 or 2%, but it's still something. So the answer is people are open about atheism, and younger people don't really care about religion. That's my point of view. That's my opinion. It's an interesting question. Any recommendation for videos with subtitles? Ylös doesn't offer subtitles that often, and I'm learning channels. I only know Finnish that has subtitles. Okay. Actually, I was about to recommend Finnish, but you already had it. Yeah, that's the thing. The good thing about YouTube is that for some language they offer these automatic captions, like for example English. But unfortunately, Finnish is not on that list yet. So yeah, that's. I guess I should look up into that. I don't know really good places with subtitles myself. What you can do, however. Okay, so what you can do if you have a Finnish movie, access to a Finnish movie on your computer, let's just say, put it this way, you can download Finnish subtitles for that movie because, you know, when we finish, let's say, when we watch a series in English, quite many still download the Finnish subtitles because there are always Finns who contribute and make these Finnish subtitle files. So if you can access to a Finnish movie file, you can pretty much find a Finnish subtitle on the video as well. But okay, maybe I should look into that. That's a good topic. I don't know. I can't really provide an on-point answer. Hi, Dhaval. Hi. Welcome to you. This heat wave is making Alex have a naughty thoughts. Actually, yeah. Now that Saika mentioned that, we actually we have. All right, how would I say this? We have this word helle in Finnish, and that means a weather of 25 degrees Celsius, which is pretty hot. And for some reason, from somewhere, someone created this word sexy helle, which means like a sex hot temperature. And it seems that it comes because when it's really hot, like everyone's so naughty and always horny and having naughty thoughts. And I've also been following this social media app called Jodel. It's actually quite interesting. It's a social media where you can post stuff anonymously. So you can keep your identity hidden all the time. And there's always someone is writing like, this weather is making me so horny. Them Finns. So I guess it's more like, will you show us your girlfriend? Well, currently I don't have a girlfriend at the moment, so There's no one to show. Moro, what high school did you attend to? Love from Oulu. I was attending the upper secondary school of Kiviniitty in Kokkola. Thanks for the question. What is the Finnish euphemistic way to let you know you fancy them or want to take them home? Like the Polish way, there is the most of wanna come to see my stamp collection. Well, if you use that in Finland, I think it would work. Like the thing is that if you want to say, girl, like let's go and do bound chicka wow wow at my place, then it's like too direct. Like with girls, if you use that kind of thing, you kind of say it indirectly. It has a higher chance to work. I'm not sure if we have any kind of like a canned line, but if you say something like that, you could also say, let's go to my place and have some breakfast. I'm not sure if I've tried that myself, but yeah, you can just be creative. Lutheran, the Finns, American. Yeah, Lutheran. I think Lutheran is the most common religion. Do you have YouTube or Facebook Finnish online version to meet people? I'm not quite sure what do you mean by that question. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what you mean. Yle should offer most national TVs and like Nordic countries like SVT, NRJ, DR offer subtitles. They offer mainly for deaf people, but learners can take advantage. Okay. Well, I think Yle should do that because. Okay, let me see. For example, in my remote controller, this is English by the way. There is this subtitle button. I'm not quite sure what it does, but I think if you have a Finnish TV, I'm quite sure you might be able to put the deaf mode, that they put the subtitles. That's something I need to look up. Maybe there's some Finnish people in this chat who can fill us in on that better, but that's something. Maybe I should check it out. Sexy, for Saika, it's like sexy, like S-E-K-S-I, niin kuin seksihelle, ei niin kuin seksikäs. Mutta se on niin kuin uutisissa näkynyt pari kertaa myös, tai siis on otsikoissa. We are mostly evangelical Lutheran on the paper, but you don't see that many people showing up in the church Sundays. Yeah, that's the thing. I'm learning Finnish. Is Lapland spoken Finnish very different from the standard one? I think they have their own dialect there, and to be honest, I'm not sure how different it is. But for example, if you learn the spoken Finnish, what I'm teaching you, I think you can do pretty well. And the good thing is that if you go there and keep speaking with the people, you will eventually learn the spoken Finnish they are speaking there as well. True story. It's getting a bit dark here. My video quality is dropping a little bit, but let's take a few more questions. What do you think about Sunrise Avenue? I think it's a pretty good band. They have like, what's the out of my life, out of my mind. I like that song. And what's the other song I like? Hollywood Hills. Those are actually quite old ones, but it's a pretty cool band, to be honest. Finlands can pick up foreign chicks just by talking. Finglish is just a turn on. Okay, Finnish accent, that can be sung. Are you Sami? No, I'm not Sami. Do Finnish people swear a lot? I would say yes. It depends on the situation. Like, of course, we know when to act properly, but for example, when I'm with my friends, I might swear every once in a while. It depends. What I would say, wow, I'm getting so stifled. I would say yeah, but they can also behave at some point. Finally, my beer is cold. That's great. I don't know about if I'd ask this, but are Finn Fummen superficial? Maybe some are. There's always people who are superficial. I agree. I also like those songs. Okay, so we are almost 1 hour in this live stream, and I think this is a good time to wrap this up. So this live stream is actually quite interesting because I can just sit in here in my chair and enjoy some water from Finntastic cup and just hang out with you guys because you have always some pretty interesting questions and insights for these topics. And the good thing about this is that as a Finn, like some of these things are like really self-explanatory, like kind of obvious for me. But when you ask these kind of some of the questions you ask make me kind of rethink this whole thing again, because I've never had to kind of think some of the things before, because it's so normal. And I think that's one of the great things for me as a Finn making these videos, because I'm also learning about my own culture, my own people, myself. And that's awesome, because you guys get some more information and value, and I'm also learning myself and deepening my knowledge on Finnish stuff. So all right, I think we will wrap up this. So thanks for being here. Next video will be most likely on Wednesday. If you haven't followed me on my social media accounts, the links are in the description. There's Facebook page and Instagram, and we have also Discord server, which you can join for free. You can actually chat with me and other Finntastics on there, and everything's free. And so make sure you join at least on the Facebook and Instagram if you haven't, and check out the Discord as if you if you want. So thank you guys. Thanks